I am coming off at 11, blood. Yeah, don't piss me off. An hour and a half live stream. I'm late. Supposed to have started it at 8 o'clock. Not that it was planned. Well, not that I planned it with anybody. I didn't say to anybody that, yo, I'm gonna be on today. Use that though. What you lot saying? What you lot saying? What you lot saying? Come in, people. Come in, come in, come in. I need to do a sound check. Let me know if the sound and the video quality is good. So the camera quality seems to be decent. Oh, so how can you ask me why I didn't partner with a black girl? Blood, I didn't meet a black girl. I mean, I don't care about like race or nothing like that, you know. So someone said bare black British born dudes ending up with white things. I mean, we are in a white country, so it is quite highly likely that we're gonna some certain man are gonna end up with a white girl. Nah, it's not. It's not. It's not. No one likes the sisters, and that's the thing. I've heard women say this for years. I've heard women say this my whole life. Why, when a black man gets money, he goes for a white girl? Now, I'm not saying I got money, yeah, but I've heard a lot of women say, obviously black women say, why, when a black man reaches some sort of success and some sort of money, why does he go for a white girl? Now, let me just explain and break down this thing to you, yeah? People date people within their social circle. So, if your social circle, no disrespect, is high caliber, more than likely, there ain't going to be that much black people in that social circle. Yeah? If you have a corporate job working in London, because most people, a lot of couples are formed, forget about pre-dating apps, yeah? So forget about dating apps, before dating apps, a lot of couples are formed through people meeting each other through work. And even now, there's quite a lot of people met each other through work and that. If you're a black man and you're a banker or a stockbroker, think about, ask yourself here, how many black women is there going to be to choose from in the workplace? And then when you do go out of work and you're socializing with people that are within your certain social group and that, how many black girls are there going to be to choose from? Remember, dating is a numbers game thing, you know. So it's going to be highly unlikely if a man is a black man that's a stockbroker or a very highly intelligent black man working in central London, in corporate London, it's going to be very difficult for him. If he's kind of just dating within his social circle and his work peer group, it's going to be very difficult for him to find a decent black woman because it's a numbers game. Yeah. who's to say that the one black girl that he does meet, or the two black girls he does meet, he has a connection and he clicks with them? So it's all about dating within your social circle and that. These black brothers, let's say like footballers and that, yeah, or yeah, let's talk about footballers. When they're going to these high-end clubs and that, some of these clubs, you need to be on the guest list. These black girls, no disrespect to them, they can't get on the guest list because they don't know people like that. So it's only going to be the white chicks that are on the guest list and that because they know the right people. So if you ever wonder, oh, why do these black men that are businessmen get go for these white women and that? They're dating within their social circle and their social caliber and that. Obviously, there are a lot of black women that are good caliber and high caliber in it, but there's a lot that ain't. Yeah, there's a lot that's not. Just go onto social media. Yeah. Ain't got nothing to do with well, white women are more submissive and that. Like, white women are not submissive. White girls are not submissive. I go into houses, yeah, you know what sort of job I do, and I meet couples and that, and the white women, they're always running the relationships. My girl tells me that when she does the calls and that, the Zoom meeting calls on the internet, it's always the woman that's dealing with the paperwork. It's always the woman. There's a man and a woman in the conversation and that, and the woman's just doing all the talking. Like, does this guy speak? So it's got nothing to do with white women and submissive and that. White women, just like black women, a lot of them are fucking masculine, and it's down to the men's fault. It's the men's fault why the white women are masculine and why the black women are masculine. It's the men's fault. Right. All right, let me see these comments now. A man said, Jay Wise, I'm relapsing into spending again. You need to stop, rude boy. You know what? Spending money is like an addiction. If there was a spectrum of addictions, and number 10 is like being a heroin crack addict. Number 1, yeah, entry level stuff could be spending money. There are some people who are addicted to spending money. I'm not one of them, rude boy. Yeah, motherfucker have to fight me to get some money out of me. Yeah, I ain't cheap, I ain't tight, but I'm on the spectrum of being cheap and tight. Yeah, don't get twisted. Like, my girl says that I don't like to spend money or I'm tight on money, but she knows I'm not cheap. Even just little stuff like, you know, like mayonnaise and like salad cream and that. Some people buy Tesco value or Asda value. I don't buy that shit. I buy Heinz. I buy brand names. Yeah, I'm not tight with that. Look, I don't buy Tesco value baked beans or nothing. No bullshit like that. I ain't tight with money like that. Yeah, but I think this spending money, yeah, like, people, they don't think it's as serious as it is. It is serious. Of course it's serious. People are going into debt. People are ending up broke. People are not being able to buy certain things because they spent money the previous month. There's certain people right now, yeah, when their paycheck comes in on a Friday, it's gone. Yeah, it's gone. There's certain people, they've spent their money before they've even been paid from work. This is a good one. What do you think of the no fat movement? I think it's good. I think it's good still. It's a good discipline. Jesus Christ, boy. I've been on them no fat streaks. My longest, yeah, was like, I'd say 4 days before 3 months. Yeah. I blame it on some girl. Yeah. It was about 86 days. Boy. It's like trying to tame a demon, boy. Man, wake up in the middle of the night with holes in the mattress. I didn't think, yeah, without getting a bit too crude and graphic and that, I didn't think adults, so like when you're over the age of 21, 20, 23, whatever, I didn't know you could get wet dreams until I started no fapping. Oh yeah, boy. All right. Someone said, who's Ronnie? Ronisha. Is this Jelani? Yeah. You spell it wrong though. It's an E in between the J and the L. But yeah, this is Jelani still. But big up Cole Dune. 07 for the heart. Respect, brother. Someone with a black square shared the live. Respect. So a guy said facts are mixed and white women are more ready to be housewives. And you know what, yeah? That is actually true. Now, R.I.P. Kevin Samuels the GOAT. He had a video or a live stream titled Black Women, Are You Training Your Daughters to Be Housewives? And you know what? Obviously, I didn't catch the live at the time. Unfortunately, I might have even caught the live after he passed away. R.I.P. Kevin Samuels the GOAT. I was watching it and I was thinking, do you know what? My little sister comes from a good home. Yeah, there's no scandal in my family and that. But I said to my mum, are you raising my sister to be a housewife? And she said, what do you mean? And I'm like, these little girls nowadays, yeah, at 12 years old, they don't know how to cook. They don't know how to clean properly. They don't do chores, nothing. When I have a daughter, I will be raising her to be a housewife. I will raise her to know how to cook, clean, do chores around the house and that. If your daughter's like 12, 13, 14 years old, don't know how to cook and clean and that, you're not even raising them to be a housewife. I don't know what you're raising them to be. It doesn't mean you're raising them to be bad, but you're not training them to be housewives. I remember, obviously, there's a lot of African families on Man's Road. Man's Jamaican, but born here. And one of the man them, his little sister at 9 years old knew how to cook. And I was shocked. Now, these times, when his little sister was 9 years old, I don't even think my little sister was born. She might have been like 1, or she might not even existed. But I remember I went to one of the man them's yard, and then the little sister could cook at 9 years old. I was fucking shocked. I'm like, raw. In the African households and that, they're training their daughters to be different. They're raising their daughters to be housewives and that. Yeah. Obviously supervised and that. You know, a little 9-year-old cooking unsupervised. But yeah, they should know how to cook and clean and run the Hoover around the house. My little sister, she don't do no chores around the house. When I have a daughter, she gonna be doing some chores around the house. Yeah. She ain't gonna be no slave. She's gonna learn how to do some chores around the house, definitely. Man said, you're a real grafter, respected to the fullest, to the highest. Yeah. Man said, what? A man said, what prison are you in, bro? You know what? Like I say in my videos, at some point in your life, you have to put yourself in prison. Now, not by way of crime. What I'm saying is you have to put yourself in your own prison. You have to isolate yourself from the world. Yeah? You got to cut out friends. You got to have no girlfriend. I'm not saying that every guy who is rich at some point never had a girlfriend or was single for 5 years and that. Yeah, there are some guys that always had girlfriends and also became rich and that. But for the most part, you're going to have to just be on your own. You are going to need to put yourself in your own prison to become successful. You're going to have to isolate yourself from the world. I don't mean not go out, but you understand what I'm trying to say. Yeah, you ain't going to be able to just live some fantastic, fun lifestyle. Living the fantastic, fun lifestyle for the people that end up broke. All of these people that you know that are in their 40s and that ain't got 2 pence to rub together, driving a fucking Ford Galaxy 7-seater pickup, people carrier and that. All of them, they were fucking about in their 20s and that. And look at me, I'm 31. I put myself in quote unquote prison and that. Worked hard, grinded hard. I got 5 fucking properties at 31 years old. It's not a coincidence. I know a man, he's the same age as me. He's got 1 property. That's all right. But he's really, truly, he's got no property because he's on a mortgage with this gal. So you know how that's going. Yeah, you know, boy, once that relationship dissolves, okay, you might get some money out of it once they sell the property, but can he buy another property of the same caliber, same standard, same area? No, he's gonna have to downsize in that. So if you're on a mortgage with a gal, you think you got a property? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so, because once that relationship dissolves and that, you're gonna go from what? Living in a flat to what? Well, you're gonna go from living in a house to what? A flat? You're gonna have to downgrade. No, man for never downgrade, man for upgrade all the time. So, and the point I was trying to make, sorry, is He was out in the clubs every weekend, every other weekend. I wasn't doing that. And we are the same age, like 2 months apart, but the success, yeah, and the assets and that are so far apart. We're from the same area. We come from the same poor background. If anything, I had a worse life than him, which was self-inflicted because I was on the streets. I went to prison. He didn't do none of that stuff. Yeah, he wasn't on the streets. He didn't go to prison. Motherfucker wanted to be a police officer. I thought he was a neek when he said that to man at the time. Now I wouldn't think that because my mindset's different. But I thought he was a neek at the time. Not that I hated the police, but I just thought he was neaky. Like, why the fuck you want to be a police officer? Man said, I think I'm in the cell next to you, bro. Yeah. I'll be banging on the wall and that. Right. Okay. How many yards and set? 15 2 beds. What the fuck does that mean? Would you ever get into Airbnb? Yeah, you can do that. I'm sure you asked that the other day still. Low mail. I said relapse. Okay. How do I find a job? Fam, if you're asking how you find a job, I can't even chat to you, big man. Honestly. How did you get into property? Well, obviously, like, I was working as an apprentice and I was just saving. I don't even know if I was truly saving to buy a property, but I was just saving. I realized, okay, I'm going to be on 1,800 a month. My outgoings are now about £800, including giving my mum 250. So I was just saving. And then being my brother in Benga, he had a property in this area and he brought me up here. I never even heard of this area that I'm living in right now, back in the day. And yeah, I didn't even really have the idea to buy a property straight away when he showed me that he had a property up here. But then eventually I just decided to buy a property. Now, the reason why I decided to buy a property was, let's say in 2016, I decided, you know what, yeah, let me try and do my own thing. Like self-employed, whatever in it. I had a vending machine business going at the time. And I decided, you know what, let me quit work. But before I quit work, let me buy a property, because I didn't know that you only need 1 year's self-assessment returns to show as your income. I thought you needed 2 years tax returns. You only need one, but I thought you needed two. So I thought, well, it's going to take me 2 years to be able to prove and show my earnings so that I can buy a property. So you know what, whilst I'm still at this workplace, let me just buy a property and then I'll go self-employed and that, and then I can buy a property years afterwards. And that. So yeah, that's why I bought a property. I bought a property because I decided, you know what, I'm going to resign from work. I said to myself, in 2016 of like October, November, I'm going to resign in March 2017. Well, I actually got fired in January of 2017 from Haringey Council. I used to work for Haringey Council still. But before that, I decided to buy a property because I knew that once I was self-employed, I believed it would take me 2 years to get on the property ladder, because I believed that you needed 2 years worth of self-assessment, tax returns and that. If you had the opportunity to be a truck driver for a bill's 50 a day, so £150 a day, or go try and be a spouse, what would you do? Be an electrician, man. I thought, when I saw this comment, I thought the person said, if you had the opportunity to be a truck driver for £500 a day, or 5 bills a day, which is the same thing, or be a Spartan. I thought that's what it said. £150 a day. Big man, I wouldn't get, listen, if I got fired from this job now, yeah, if a job was going for £150 a day, £180 a day, I wouldn't even work the job. I say, forget it. You cannot phone me for me to work for £180 a day, big man. No way. So go and be an electrician. Stop being lazy. The reason why you don't want to be an electrician or learn a skill and that is because you can't be bothered to study. And I realized, big up that you E-man. Press 1 in the chat. Yeah, press Rasclout 1 in the chat if you know who that E-man you is that goes around asking people stupid questions. What's 4 divided by 2? What's 1 plus 8 or whatever? Yeah. What's the capital of London? Yeah, just asking people dumb trick questions or just normal questions. The whole world is full of people who are fucking stupid. But the reason why most people, you cannot detect how stupid they are is because when you have a conversation with people, you're not challenging their language or their literacy skills. You're not challenging their numeracy skills. A lot of people are actually fucking stupid, you know? Like they're not intelligent, but they're able to hide behind language because they know they're good at articulating themselves or they're good at speaking and that. I remember I've got a cousin from Wood Green, I ain't gonna say his name, but in and out of jail, one of them youths. And his grandma used to live on my estate. This is in Edmonton, yeah? And one time I used to just go and like knock for her, see if she's all right. And she said that she used to get some of my cousins. So when my cousin was in jail, when obviously like he might be in and out of jail and that, but some of his brethren that are still in jail, they would write to him on road and send the letters to his grandma's house in Edmonton around the corner from my yard. And she said, "Oh, Jelani, I feel sorry for the youth, them. Like they can't even read and write properly. Yeah. There's a lot of people, they don't even know how to read and write properly. There's a lot of people in this world are stupid. That's why, no disrespect to this person who's asking about being an electrician and that. A lot of guys ask me, oh, what's the maths like, man? Oh, I heard the maths is hard and that. Go watch E-Man's channel. I think he's got a YouTube channel as well, but he's always on TikTok. I always see him on my For You page and that. People are fucking stupid, but they're able to hide behind language. I guarantee you, a lot of these people, if you took 100 people off the street, random 100 people off the street, and make them do a SATS exam, yeah, an 11-year-old SATS exam, or a 14-year-old pre-GCSE exam, a lot of people would fail. Maths exam, they will fail. A lot of people are stupid, but they're able to hide behind speaking, because when you're talking to someone, you know, you're not examining them. They're not under exam conditions. So a man said 5 properties with a raggedy clothes, iron your shirt, bro. I mean, when you've got money, you don't need to worry about your appearance. The people them who are conscious about their appearance, because that's all they've got that's all they got going for them. You will see people driving a beat up car and that, and you will think they're broke. I have got a fucked up car. I've got a 2009 black Honda Civic. The passenger window does not work. I had to tape it up to stop it from falling, yeah, because it's so fucked up, yeah. The handbrake, that's got electrical tape around it because the mechanism on it is broke, yeah. The steering wheel is just torn up. You know the sun visor to stop the sun from going in your eyes? That's broken. What else is wrong with the car? Well, what's right with the car? Yeah, the clutch squeaks. The clutch has always squeaked. From when I had it, I've had the car for like 5 years. No, longer than that, like 7, 8 years or something like that. The engine management light has always been on. The aircon has never worked. I got the aircon fixed. It lasted 3 days and then it broke down. Nothing works on that car. But I've got 5 properties. The people them that you see flaunting their money, wearing nice clothes or driving a nice car and that, yeah, driving their Mercedes, BMWs and that, a lot of them ain't got no money. They're standing there at the petrol station watching that petrol pump. I noticed this. I even made a video about it. I was at the petrol garage filling up and I was just looking around and everyone's eyes was glued to that petrol pump, you know. And I was like, "Rob, people are actually conscious of how much they're spending in that." Like when they put up the petrol prices, was it a year and a half, 2 years ago and that, people were fretting. I was just thinking, oh, it's a bit of a rip-off, but oh well. When I go to the petrol station, I might look at the pump just for looking at it, but I don't care how much money it's going to cost me. I press the gun and I hold it until the thing jams. Yeah, click, 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 and it stops. I don't care about money. There's certain people, they're putting in £15 at a time and that. No, I feel that Ross. I went to my mum's yard in Edmonton yesterday. My motorbike, because it's relatively old, you wouldn't know how old it is because people don't know how to judge how old bikes are and that. Most of you don't know motorbike riders and that. But I've got a Yamaha R6, it's old, but it looks relatively new because of the paint job I've done. It's an 06 plate. It doesn't meet the ULEZ. So I have to pay to take my bike out. If I leave man's estate, when I drive out, obviously there's ULEZ cameras about, innit? It cost me £17 just to take the bike on 4th Street and go down Tottenham High Road, yeah? Boom. So it will cost me £17 if I just want to go to the chicken and chip shop in Wood Green, yeah? Certain man will say, why don't you drive your car there? Bloody, you driving in Edmonton through Tottenham to Wood Green and that? You know about that traffic there, yeah? During rush hour. It will cost me £17 to go to the chicken and chip shop in Wood Green. I'll have to fill up the bike and that. When I take my bike out for rides, yeah, I go to the petrol station, I fill the bike up. I don't know, it might cost me £20. I'll ride down the M25 and blow £20 in 2 hours and come back and fill it up and do the same thing the next day. I don't care. Money is nothing to me. I'm not rich, don't get it twisted. But I've got wild cash, yeah? Money means nothing to me. I don't care about buying this, buying that, whatever. It means nothing to me. Obviously, I ain't buying no expensive items and that or whatever. But when I go into shops, I don't even need to worry about the cost of anything. No, I'm not taking no calls. No, I'm not taking no calls. I'm coming off at 11 o'clock today. So someone said you got 4 flats. No, I've got 2 houses and 3 flats. What do you think of becoming a mortgage broker? Do it. It's easy to become a mortgage broker. My girl just done some exams and that, whatever. Become a mortgage broker. Obviously, you got to study for a bit, but it's easy. I mean, I could become a mortgage broker so easily. Like, my knowledge on mortgages is really good, yeah, for a few reasons. Obviously, I've had trouble getting mortgages and that, and when you have problems, that's how you learn. Yeah. Oh, this lender won't allow you to buy this property because you're self-employed. So you have to go to this lender. But because you've only earned X amount, you can't use this lender. So you have to go to them. I've had trouble getting properties before. I've had the money, but when you're self-employed and that, it's a little bit more difficult sometimes. Plus, obviously, my girl's a mortgage broker, so I get to overhear things and that. I watch a lot of stuff on the internet. So yeah, I would be easily be a good mortgage broker and that, because I already know a lot. I know what lenders to use for certain things. So say for example, yeah, you're a non-residential landlord, so you have 3 rental properties, but you don't have your own house for whatever reason. You still live at your mum's house, but you've got 3 rental properties. You can't use Santander and these normal lenders. You have to use like Kent Reliance and that. You have to use certain lenders and that. TMW, the mortgage works. They said to me that you can't borrow the maximum against one of your properties because the EPC rating is not an A. Your EPC rating is an E or a C or something like that. So you can borrow against the property, but you're limited. In order to increase it to the max amount that you can borrow, you need to make it an A cat EPC rating. Now, how do you do that? You have to, if there's not double glazing, if there's not certain loft insulation, if you're not using LED bulbs, if you're not using efficient appliances and that, you need to get everything more efficient to become an EPC rating of A. So just little stuff like that, getting knocked back, getting told no, or getting limited and that, you just learn stuff. So I would easily be a good mortgage broker, and I already know a lot. I realized how much I know when I watch mortgage brokers live streams. And the questions that people ask is like, what the fuck? How do you not know that? This is basic stuff, but it's not really basic stuff. So most people are just uneducated on it. They're ignorant, not in a bad way. They just don't know. I said, Jay Wise, people are going mad over the video with the console. What video with the console? Was I talking about, you mean the video games thing? Yeah. Of course they are. They're gonna defend the idea of playing video games because that's what they do. What things should I say in an electrical apprenticeship interview? Tell the fucking truth, yeah? Tell them you are going to be a reliable apprentice that is going to be an asset of the company, yeah, whilst you're an apprentice, and when you become fully qualified in that, and mean it, yeah, that's what you're gonna fucking say. Does having a credit card help with getting approved for a mortgage? I pay it off every month. Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna do you any harm having a credit card, but I'm telling you now for free. I've said this about 100 times on my videos, in my videos. You don't need a credit card to get a mortgage. I've got 5 mortgages running at this moment in time. I've never had a credit card, ever. Barclays card, Vanquish card, Capital One comes to my yard, comes through the letterbox, it goes straight in the bin. Yeah? I don't have no credit card. I've never owned a credit card. So you don't need a credit card to get a property, to get a mortgage, to get approved for a mortgage. Anyone tell you that, they're a fucking liar. Tell them JY said you're a pussy up. Stop spreading that false information. There was a rapper going around talking about, yeah, man, I wasn't able to get a mortgage before because I had no credit card. So get a credit card so you can build up your credit so you can get approved for a mortgage. I'm like, yeah, the reason why you wasn't able to get a mortgage because you had no credit, because you're a fucking drug dealer. Yeah? And you're hiding behind being a rapper, but really you're a drug dealer. You pay for everything in cash, mobile phone, everything. Nothing, you don't pay for nothing using any credit, or you ain't got no direct debits in your name. You're living in your girl's council house, so you're not on no council tax. You're not on the rent book. You're not paying or contributing to no bills whatsoever. You're shacking up in your baby mum's dirty council flat and that, and you're trapping and you're hiding behind the rap game and that. Of course, you don't have no money, no credit score for a fucking mortgage and that. And that's what I'm saying. It's people like this, yeah, that's in our community spreading these false narratives and giving out false information. Don't listen to them. There's one jackass that does these podcasts. He said, I can't remember. It was false information. He was saying something along the lines of, yeah, he was trying to say that you can't buy a buy-to-let property if you don't own your house already. This is what I'm saying. You got ninjas talking on mortgages and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. You can buy a property and not own your own property. So you can live at your mum's house at 19, 20 years old, never owned a property, and buy a first property, but it's a rental property. You can do that. You just class as a non-residential landlord. So you have to go to a specialist lender like Kent Reliance. There's a lot of them, but Kent Reliance is the one that I know. Maybe Skipton, I don't know. Get in touch with a mortgage broker. What's the square root of 36? 6. But don't test me, big man. Don't test me. Don't test my maths knowledge. Don't test my maths knowledge. Square root of 81. Oh, isn't that 9? No, 9 times 9. Oh, someone caught me out, Yeah, I think it's 9. Let me double check that. Square root of 81. Or what's 9 times 9? I'm calculating it now. Yeah, square root of 81. 9. 9 times 9 is 81. Don't test me. I'm a maths head. Right. It's gonna take me a long time to get through these messages, yeah? There's 89, there's 90 new messages, yeah? So by the time I read your message, whoever you lot are messaging, yeah, keep the messages coming and that, it's gonna be a little while still. What to do with 150k? Buy multiple properties. Don't buy one property, buy multiple properties. Have you ever met Harvey? No, he's a different generation to man. What's the most expensive item you bought that wasn't cost effective? Maybe a car for $3 or $2. So during lockdown, I was trying to buy and sell cars. I bought a car for like, yeah, $2 or something. I lost money on it. I lost money on the car basically. So, but yeah, I would never bought a car for like, or I would never bought an item for like $10 that weren't cost effective. Economy is messed up, bro. How long will it go for? I don't know. I don't know how long it'll go on for. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about economics. My girl studied economics at uni. I don't know about economics like that. Fucking hell, you lot really be. Have you ever been diagnosed for nothing? Oh, you mean for something? That's what you're trying to say. No, not yet. Hey, so a man's trying to ask if you ever been diagnosed for something, yeah? Let's say I've got some mental issue. Yeah, let's say. Because me, I'm a lunatic. In real life, if you live near me, you will know what I'm like, yeah? Like on my estate, nobody knows my name on my estate, but they know that guy that lives at the top. He's a serious fucking man, yeah? And even where I'm living, where I'm gonna live now, I've had to stick it on about 4 people at my new house, and I haven't even I haven't moved in yet. I told them, was it yesterday? No, the day before. There were some little kids playing out on the estate, making up noise at 9:20. I told them, when I move in, there's going to be some changes on this estate. This woman was like, what are you going to do? I don't need to talk. I don't need to talk. I ain't going to get physical. Well, hey, whatever happens, happens. You know what I'm trying to say? But there's going to be some changes. I'm not having no fucking kids play out on my road outside my house at 9 o'clock. No fucking way. They're going to learn that there's a maniac living at that house on the corner, which is me. So, but yeah, let's say there's something wrong with me. I'm still doing better than you. You understand what I'm trying to say? So whatever's wrong with me, if there's something wrong with me, hey, it's working in my favor. I'm not sad and depressed. Yeah, I can never be depressed. I could be in a situation that makes me feel depressed. As soon as I get out of that depression, that situation, I won't feel like I'm depressed. Man said, "Are you talking about Heady One?" No. This was a different rapper. This rapper's older than me. He's from Tottenham, though. He was from Tottenham, though. Right. Bro thinks he's class because he can do square root. No. How can you say 9? Man didn't know, but I even guessed it right. How are you good at maths? I mean, I don't understand. Yeah, of course, of course. So someone said, "Do you believe in mental?" Of course, people have got mental health and that. How are you meant to buy multiple properties for 150? Can barely buy one for that. You have to go outside London. Yeah, you lot are worse than me. I thought London was in the center of the universe, and that there are other places. This is the problem, yeah, with us lot. We think that London, there's nowhere else on planet Earth or in England apart from London. Because before I moved out of London, hey, places like this area and that, yo, it might have been on the other side of the fucking planet. Yeah, that's the problem with being in London and that. We don't think about other places. Yeah, you can go and buy somewhere in Birmingham. Yeah, but Birmingham's cheap. I live in Northampton at the moment. Fuck Northampton, bro. Right. Someone said, doesn't buying multiple properties mean you will have to spend a ton of money renovating all properties? Potentially, but I do the work myself. Yeah. So I don't pay no one. My house that I'm doing up around the corner, that would have costed me 25 grand easily. Easily would have cost me 25 grand. Easily. But it will cost me about 5 grand because I'm doing the work myself. I might have to spend 2 grand on the new boiler installation and that. So let's say it will be 7 grand, let's say, in total, because obviously I can't do the boiler installation myself. But yeah, it costs about five grand. It cost me about, well, 7 grand. Do you miss London? Yeah. Obviously, I was there yesterday, innit? So I finished work early. Someone said, do you miss Edmonton? Yeah, I miss Edmonton, yeah. But I was there yesterday. So I finished work early and like, fuck it, I'm going to Edmonton. I just jumped in my car with a cool Sainsbury's bag, a couple little clothes just to change and that, just in case. Flown down the M1, went to Edmonton, jumped on my bike. Yeah, where did I go? I took my bike down to Camden and turned back. Got some chicken and chips on the way in Wood Green. Sat down, obviously chilling with my mum before I went out, and then yeah, came back, chicken and chips, chilling with my mum. Then I thought, right, boom. Before I go back, come back up here, I'm gonna go back on a bike ride. So man went to like where my school is, Winchmore, and like I was saying this before, like I didn't appreciate the Enfield borough. That's my borough until I left. Like there's some nice places in Enfield, you know. So like you got Winchmore Hill, which is right next to Edmonton N9, touch borders literally. But Winchmore Hill is like it's just a different place. Like even Edmonton people, we don't talk about Winchmore Hill. It's like it doesn't exist, but it's literally our neighbor. We will talk about Tottenham, we will talk about Wood Green, but we don't ever mention Winchmore Hill in a conversation. So I went out Winchmore Hill. Then I went up some road called, no, I went to Enfield Town, actually. Then I came back on myself. I went up some road called Green Dragon Lane, near a school called Highland School. Then I went near Trent Park. Then I went Southgate, Palmer's Green, and then back to Edmonton. Then put my bike in my mum's yard and then went home. Man said example of a buy-to-let. What do you mean? Buy-to-let is a property that you buy, you put down a 25% deposit, and then you rent it out to someone. It's usually interest only. I've got 2 properties, thinking of getting the 3rd in Scotland. Yeah, do that. Buy-to-let is a business loan. No, it's not. What do you work with, or do you mean what do I work as? If you're asking what do I work as, I'm an electrician. So I've been an electrician for 12 years, including a 3-year apprenticeship and that. Yeah, so yeah, I've been an electrician for 3 years. 12 years, 3-year apprenticeship. Can it be repayment mortgage and not interest only? So yeah, for the buy-to-lets, you can get like special mortgages where you can do like interest only, but with a little bit of capital repayment as well. But that might not benefit you too well because, and I explained this in the last live stream, but I guess I have to explain it again. Let's say interest only, yeah, is £300 a month, interest only, £300 a month. Let's say your rent, let's say you make £800 a month off the rent. So the interest only mortgage is £300, you make £800 off the rent. That's a profit of £500, yeah? Well, let's say you do capital repayment. Well, let's say the mortgage is 500 because capital repayment is always more than interest only. The rent is still going to be the same. The rent's 800. So 800 minus 500 is 300. So on one hand, you've got a profit of 500, and on the other hand, you've got a profit of 300. So the reason why most people with the buy-to-lets, they make it interest only is to keep the monthly payments as low as possible because it's like it's a business. Yeah, you want to keep your overheads as low as possible. You don't want to increase your overheads if you don't have to. So that's why most people will choose to pay interest only. Now, back when the rates were cheap, oh my God, my first ever flat that I bought, which was, well, in England, which was my second property. So my second property was my first flat, which was a buy-to-let. The mortgage was interest only. It was £103 a month. Imagine, I had 2 storage units where I had 2 vending machines in them, yeah? I was getting charged like £150 for 2 storage units, which is smaller than a flat. Yeah, and I'm paying more in storage units than in a fucking in a flat. That's how cheap it was. But when the interest rates went up, it went up to like £257. What happens at the end? So at the end, because you're not paying off the capital, you're just paying off the interest, you have to sell the property. Potentially, you can go on to another mortgage, apparently, but average, for the most part, you have to sell the property. But you bought the property for, let's say I bought that property that I was talking about. I bought it for 105 in 2021. In 25, 30 years time, it's going to be worth more than 105 grand. You look at the historical property prices and that. You can go on the internet and search this information for free. Yeah, the properties in the 80s were worth less than in the 90s, were worth less than in the early 2000s, were worth less than the early 2010s, and so on and so forth, which means the property prices go up. Now, don't get it twisted. Property prices don't just go up like that. Yeah, they start off down here, they kind of go up and a little bit down and up and a little bit down, but they're up. They end up here. It started down here, it went up a little bit, yeah, up and down, up and down, up and down. But what I'm saying is it ends up here, where it started down here. So you're going to take a little losses. You're going to take a few losses and that. You're going to have some gains, some losses and that. But over a long enough period of time, the property would have went up in value. How do you pull out equity out of a house to buy another using equity from the first? Well, you have to make sure there's enough equity in the property and that. So let's say, for example, the property is worth 100 grand in 2010. Let's say in 2020 it's worth 200 grand. Yeah, you do a loan to value of like 75%, which means you have to leave 25% of the value of the property in 25% of the value of the property as a deposit, and then you can pull out certain money. But you have to be able to afford to borrow some of the money as well. You're not just going to be able to pull out certain money and just take it. Depends on the property you're doing. If it's a buy-to-let that you've done and you're pulling out money, then you might not need to afford to borrow the money and that. But the property, once you put it on a new mortgage, when you're releasing equity and you're pulling out money, the new value of the property that is rated at 200 grand, they need to be able to look at it and say, okay, the rent that's generated from this property should be able to cover the new value of the property, the new amount of mortgage you're going to be paying. It might seem tricky, like you know, might not understand it, but trust me, when you look at it, it's quite easy to understand. Right, I will be coming off at 11 o'clock, so. Man said, fix your title. I don't need to fix the title. I'm coming off at 11. Yeah. Can I learn to do the work myself with YouTube? Yeah. Yeah, man. Practice. Practice. I said this in a video one time. Certain man might have thought this was funny, you know. People want to get into property development and property renovation and that. Big man, renovate your room. Yeah? Renovate your room. Empty your room completely. Sleep downstairs on your mom's sofa, which I did when I was at my mom's yard. Strip out the carpets. Yeah? Paint the walls. Maybe you might, obviously, if you're not an electrician, you might have to hire a new electrician just to change a couple lights, couple sockets and that, couple light switches and that. Fit new carpet, bam, that's your first renovation done. A whole house is just a lot of rooms. Yeah, that's it. Now, obviously, it gets a bit more tricky when you've got a kitchen worktop to cut and that. But trust me, with enough practice and that, you get the hang of it. That's how I learned how to tile, from YouTube. Press 1 in the chat if you want to hear how I learned how to tile. It's quite a little bit of a motivational story. If you don't want to hear it, don't worry. I ain't bothered. I said 1. So you're gonna have someone come in and out of your mom's house. Someone said 0. You know, real Bob the Builder. Yeah. I'm Black the Builder. Yeah. Yeah. Call me Black the Builder. I said 4. You know, I said 0. Taking a piss, blood. Disrespectful people. Right. So this is what happened. Yeah. I had some guys come and they were painting my house. Yeah. And the guy said to me, "What do you want to do with the flooring?" I said, "I want to tile the flooring." He said, the flooring. Hey, listen, don't be bailing out man's estate about Plevna. The flooring to do the tiling is gonna cost you like 1,200 labor. You know, it's gonna call man. It's gonna cost man 1,200 labor. So, and that's just for the labor, not for the materials, not for the tiles. Plus, you still have to buy. So it's gonna cost you 1,200 for the labor, no tiles included. So when I got a price for the tiles would have cost me 1,400. The tiles that I wanted. So I said, nah, fuck this. So anyway, I was gonna get lino. You know the stuff that comes on the roll. Yeah, I was gonna get lino, and I was like, bun that, forget that. So sorry. So I was gonna get the lino. So I went to the shop to buy the lino, and they didn't have it in stock. Went to another place, they didn't have the one I wanted. So anyway, I drove back home, and I thought to myself, what are you scared of? Like, what are you scared of? Are you afraid to buy a couple of tiles and some tile adhesive, which is the stuff you put on the floor to stick the tile to the floor? It's not a white glue. It's called tile adhesive, but it doesn't look like it's not no PVA prick stick that you used in school. Yeah, it's grey stuff. What are you afraid of? Are you afraid to buy one tile and some tile adhesive and stick it on the floor and see how it goes? I said, Jay, go to the shop, go to B&Q and buy one tile, yeah, or one pack of tiles, and see how you get on from there. So what I did was I watched the video beforehand. So, okay, right, I kind of know how to start it. And I bought one tile, I bought one pack of tiles, started laying it. Next thing you know, I've laid the tiles in my hallway, in my kitchen. I laid the tiles at my first flat, in the kitchen, the bathroom, the entrance hallway downstairs. In my second property, I laid tiles in the bathroom only. In my fourth property, I didn't do no tiling at all. In my current my new one, my fifth property, which is my second house around the corner, I've tiled the kitchen splashback area, so where you plug in the sockets and that. I've tiled the kitchen floor. I've tiled the shower room downstairs, the floor and some of the walls. I've tiled the bathroom upstairs, the floor, and some of the walls upstairs in the bathroom and that. All from that one tile. So the moral of the story is just try. I had nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. But in this country, in England, we're fucking scared to try anything. We will pay a man to come in our house and paint. Because if no, we're not qualified to do that. Big man, just try it, man. Don't try doing gas though, because gas is a serious thing. Someone could die if you do it incorrectly. But the moral of the story is just try it. You ain't got nothing to lose. If I tried the tiles and I fucked it up, I mean, a pack of tiles is like £15, if that, at the time. A bag of tile adhesive, £15. Petrol, £5. Yeah, I would have lost out on £35. Okay, and then a tile cutter, £20. Yeah, £55. Yeah, nothing to lose. If £55 is a lot of money for you, yeah, you shouldn't even be watching this live stream. You need to be out grinding. Yeah. But yeah, man. So you just gotta try, man. one time. Do you know what? Do you know what I heard in my head? I used to watch a lot of Steve Harvey's motivational speeches. Steve Harvey's one of the greatest motivational speakers. And yeah, he was saying in a video, just try one time. Yeah, that's what he's saying, one time. And I heard that and I translated that to be one tile. Yeah. Next thing you know, I'm renovating properties from having the confidence to put down some tiles and that. Because what happens is you put down some tiles and that, then you've got another problem, right? You need a new kitchen. Yeah. Oh yeah, I tiled the kitchen, splashback in my kitchen as well. Yeah. You just get the confidence, like we have other little issues, you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna try it myself. That's it. I've done hardly any electrical work at my new house. Doing everything else. Worst case, if you fuck it up, just pay someone to come and do it. Now, obviously, you can fuck things up so many times that now it's not cost effective. You should have got someone to do it in first time. But yeah. But by me doing the work myself, like I said earlier, it would have costed me £5 grand. It's cost me £5 grand potentially, maybe more, to do it myself. But if not, a builder would have charged me 25 grand. No material included, more than likely. And the thing about these builders, they're fucking rip-offs. They will charge a man 25 grand, but you know 10 grand is just going in his back pocket. Just commission or whatever, it's just going in his back pocket. Imagine eating 10 grand off of someone. Fucking idiot, man. Viewing booked tomorrow? How have you booked a viewing? I ain't got no viewing booked tomorrow. I thought a man meant a mentoring session, you know, I'm going crazy. Oh, so you got a viewing booked for a property tomorrow. Yeah. I don't know why I thought a man had some mentoring session booked tomorrow, you know. Yo, you know this? Someone was asking about that earlier. Or yesterday, I think. Mentoring session, so. Right. So someone asks, how much was your first house deposit? So this was my first house. Only 13,600, you know. Cheap. Chump change. Yeah, nothing. But that's because I bought earlier on. I bought in 2017. So I'm saying you got to get on the property ladder ASAP. None of this, oh yeah, I'm going to buy my first house in 5 years. You're on a joke thing. I had one girl say to me in the gym one time, yeah, I've got a 5-year plan to buy my first house on the outskirts of London. So she's an Enfield girl, so she's probably talking about like Hertfordshire, Cheshunt, Roxbourne, them sort of areas and that, yeah. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna buy my first property in the next 5 years, 5-year plan. I'm thinking, yo, you need to be getting your money together within the next 2 years to buy that property. Because these people don't think. How the fuck, yeah, can you, and I don't know what year this was in. This is when I was going to the gym in Edmonton. So this was a long time ago. I used to go to the gym in Edmonton. Yeah, the gym, yeah. In Edmonton Green shopping centre. This was like in, I don't know, 2019, yeah? Talking about, yeah, 5 years, 5-year plan to buy a property. These people are so stupid, they don't think. The property you got your eyes on right now, because obviously you must have your eyes on a property right now, or else you have no plan. How the fuck do you have a plan to buy a property and you're not even looking at no property? So the property they got their eyes on right now is worth 250, yeah? On the outskirts of London, Hertfordshire, it's worth 250. I was gonna say the B word. Motherfucker. That property that's worth 250 today, in 5 years' time, is gonna be worth 325. What are you talking about? You got a 5-year plan to buy a property. You're not even taking into account the growth of the property. Bearing in mind, this girl used to work in Enfield Town in doing some admin job. She used to work like at the shop window. I see her when I'm riding my bike through Enfield Town. This was 5, 6, 7 years ago and that. I see her working in the shop at the window. I'm like, oh, fucking hell, this girl works there, you know. You ain't buying no property in 5 years' time, yeah? Working some admin job, yeah? Knowing that the property is going to go up in value. People are stupid, man. They just don't think. They're giving good and correct answers and that. What's your 5-year plan? Yeah, I'm going to buy a property and that. They're just saying it because it sounds good. They're not serious. Man said, where did you keep the cash when saving for a deposit? Just in my bank. No special savings account. None of that crap. You don't need no savings account. You don't need no savings account. If you need a savings account, the only time you need a savings account is if you're paranoid about fraudsters, yeah, getting hold of your money. So you don't want an account with a credit card, a debit card, or a cash card, or you want an account where there's some sort of firewall. I don't know. I've never looked into it because I just don't care, innit? My money's insured, so I mean, that's the only time you should need a savings account, or unless you're putting into a cash ISA account or something like that. You shouldn't need a savings account. The reason why you need a savings account is probably because you might dip into that money. No, you should not be dipping into no money. Right. Someone asked, what's not serious? What's not serious is thinking about, oh, I'm going to buy a property that's worth 250 now in 5 years' time. Big man. Well, it was a girl that I was talking to. This property that's worth 250 today in 5 years' time on the outskirts of London is not going to be worth 250. It's not even going to be worth 280. It's going to be worth a lot more. The only time it will be worth 280 in 5 years' time is if there's a dip in the market, which can happen, which no one can really, I mean, I think people can predict it, but the only way a 250 property would not be worth 320, for example, in 5 years' time, is if it did go up, but then it dipped to 280, or there was some issues in the market. I'm not an economist or anything like that, but there can be certain reasons why properties don't go up in value, or certain reasons why properties dip in value. So someone says, so what do you do then? You go and buy a property that's further away. You get on the ladder as soon as possible. Don't wait 3 years to get on the property ladder. Go and buy a property somewhere else, far away, and then in that 3 years, that property that you bought that's far away outside of London, that would have gone up in value over 3 years. Not that much, but you know what? It's better to be on the ladder and taking advantage of the appreciation than just sitting there, holding your shit in your ass, waiting for the right deposit, waiting for the right time, waiting for the market to crash. All these people sitting around waiting for property prices to drop. Blood, you're on a joke, Tiff. I'm not waiting for nothing. I'm not waiting for nothing. You know how much people say, oh, now's not the right time to buy a property with all the fluctuations in property values and, you know, the base rate changing and that. I've bought 3 properties in the last 1 year and a half. I completed on a property in 2022 December, so obviously going into 2023. And then I bought another property in 2023 December, going into 2024. And then 2 months ago, I bought another property. Yeah. So what the fuck are these people talking about? Oh, it's uncertain times and that. The only thing that's uncertain is you. Yeah. They're not uncertain times. You are uncertain, rude boy. I ain't uncertain. Yeah. And sitting there waiting for the right time. Blood, just fire away. Yeah, I'm a hip firer. Yeah, man, confident. I'll shoot in the dark and hit. Yeah. Uncertain times. The only thing that's uncertain is you. Can you discuss the process of moving? Can you discuss the process of you moving from Edmonton to Northampton in terms of moving out of your mom's house? I mean, obviously, so I bought this property way before I planned to move out. Yeah. So I had this property. I was living in my mom's yard. I was in a box room, little tiny box room. Them same box rooms that people will have a Mercedes in, stunting and that. And they're looking at the blinds at 8 in the morning on a Friday, making sure that the rubbish truck don't scratch up their car, innit? Yeah. So I was in a box room. I had a property, but I was in a box room. Now I told my mom about my property before I ended up moving out. But when I bought the property in 2017, I didn't tell her about it for like 3 years or something like that. Yeah, so I kept it quiet. But then eventually when I did tell her about the property, at some point afterwards, I moved out and that. Now, for me, it weren't no tricky, techie situation. I just got my stuff and left. My little sister needed a bedroom, so I gave it to her. That's that's basically it. So yeah, for me, ain't no techie situation and that. Obviously, if you're moving out of your mum's yard, let's say your mum's in Edmonton and you're moving to Northampton and that, bro, you need to secure a job in Northampton. Because fuck doing that commute. Yeah. Obviously, I done it yesterday. I left Northampton, went to Edmonton, and came back. But I'm not doing that every day. There's people in Northampton and that do that every day. They travel an hour and a half. I ain't doing that bullshit. What the? Why the fuck someone put Tamina in this? How the fuck do you know who Tamina is? Nah, that cut. I mean, you never. Nah, that's not. Nah, the girl's name is not Tamina. I know her Tamina. Anyway, that did throw me off still. But yeah, for me, it was nothing. It was just I just moved out. Gave my room to my little sister. I moved out. But yeah, you need to secure a job in whatever it. If where you're moving from to where you're moving to. Well, forget about where you're moving from, but wherever you're moving to, if it's far away to commute to work, you need to secure a new job. Because I'm not doing a 1 hour and a half journey there, hour and a half journey back. If I'm not getting paid for travel, if you're getting paid for travel, then yeah. But if you're not getting paid for travel, that's 3 hours of your life stuck in traffic or just driving. Fuck that. Someone said, "What do you do for career?" I'm an electrician. Do you think £300 a day is good money? Yeah, man, that's decent money. As long as you keep your outgoings low and you're smart with your money, £300 is excellent money, man. You can do so much with that. What's that? £300 a day, 1,500 times 4, that's 6 grand. That's basically how much I get. The work's been a bit shit, to be fair, lately, but I ain't even stressing it because I got things to do at my my house. So if I'm not doing as much jobs, I don't really care, to be fair. 300 a day is wonderful. 91k a year. Okay, I thought £300 a day was like 70 grand a year, but how can £300 a day? It's 91k if you're PAYE. So that £300 a day is probably after tax what you're getting. Because if you're on £300 a day, self-employed, no tax and that, £300 a day, obviously that's 1,500 a week times 4, that's 6 grand, times 12, that's 72. So yeah, can make £500 a day. Yeah. Yeah, it's 70k. Yeah. How you got this? How you got? Come on, man. Just type English. How you got this point where you are respected and get the money you wanted? In order to get respected in the workplace and be able to demand and get paid a decent amount of money, you need to get educated. Nobody is going to pay a dumb person, yeah, in most situations. I know the all police. Oh, I know this one guy. He's earning 100 grand a year. He's a fucking idiot. I'm talking about for the most part, yeah, smart ass. Right? So you need to get educated to be respected enough to be paid a decent money. Do you work Monday to Sunday? Well, obviously I work a normal job Monday to Friday, but then Saturday and Sunday I work at my flat, but it's in my own time. So I don't officially work for a company on Saturday and Sunday. I work for the company at JY's. Yeah, I'm an employee. I wake up every day broke. Yeah. That's the mentality you gotta have, you know. What have I done today to put some money in my back pocket? So every day you wake up broke. And by the end of the day, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, ask yourself, what did I do to put some money in my back pocket? You don't have to, the money that you've generated doesn't mean, you know, it's live physical cash that day, But what have you done that's gonna build towards some money in the future? Whether it's a month, whether it's a week, whether it's a year's time. So when I'm working at my flat, I'm not getting paid for it. I'm losing money technically, but my house is going up in value because I'm adding value to it. So I'm not going to be able to see that money straight away. But right now it's gone up in value anyway because I bought it under market value. The property is probably worth 200. I bought it for 180 because the sellers were desperate to sell the property. Plus the house was fucked. It fucking stank of cigarette, nicotine, tartar stains on the ceiling and that walls, everything. The first time buyers, because it's a house, first time buyers, they didn't want to take on a project like that because it's quite a big project. The whole house needs renovating. You can't even like live in the house because it stinks. You will go in there and you're in there for 10, 15 minutes. You come out stinking a cigarette. No one's in the yard. The yard has been empty for like 6, 8 months, but it's that bad. So yeah, they sold it for cheap, a lot cheaper. I think they probably could have got 200, 190 for it, but they were desperate to sell. So I got it for, no, I think I got it for 185 actually. Yeah, I think I got it for 185. But once I've finished the project and that, bam, be worth 240, no problem, easily. Maybe even more, maybe more, but who knows? So the things that I'm doing right now, working on the house, I'm not making any money from it right now. But you know, Rome wasn't built in a night, or whether Rome wasn't built in a day and that, yeah. You're not gonna get rich overnight and stuff like that. So whatever you do today or next week and that, you may not get paid for it straight away. You may not get paid for a year, but it's building towards getting paid in 2-3 years' time. So yeah, every day you wake up broke, and by the end of the day, you need to ask, so what have I done today to put some money in my back pocket? These videos, I've had people come on the live stream or come on the comments, oh, all you do is chat shit on live, whatever, and that, innit? Or how can you be earning money or whatever? You're just on live all day long. I mean, really? Am I on live all day long? Motherfuckers be in the DMs begging me, Jane, when you coming on live next? Begging me, yeah? When you coming on live next? I don't go on fucking live that often. Anyway, what I do with these videos, I do live on the TikTok, but on YouTube, I'm recording myself. So after this, when I shut down the live, I've got it recorded. I then are able to cut up the videos, which gives me content for TikTok, which also gives me content for YouTube, the short clips, whether they're 2 minutes, whether they're 10 minutes, whatever. And obviously, when people watch them, they run ads through them and get paid. Not much. Even if it's 50p a video, still better than nothing. Yeah, you got to start somewhere. Man, like Scarface, I remember you was in the last live stream. How do you do the ZE test? So this is how you officially do the ZE test. You turn off the main switch. Don't have the main switch on. Yeah, that's not the way you do it. You turn off the main switch. You disconnect the main earthing conductor. You don't leave it in the main earthing terminal or whatever, because you can get parallel pass through the gas pipe or water pipe or other equipotential bonding conductors and that. So you turn off the main switch, disconnect the main earth. Obviously, you connect your crocodile clip onto the main earth, and you test at the live terminal on that. To do the PEFC, you connect the earth terminal back. You connect the earth back into the earth terminal. Test between live and earth with the earth connected to the earth bar, and then you do the PSCC, test between line and neutral. Yeah, and then whatever the one is out of the two of them, that's the highest. That is your PFC. You don't know what I'm talking about because you're not an electrician. Yeah, this may be like Chinese to you. Don't test my Ross Clark knowledge, rude boy. Know what I'm doing. Been an electrician for 12 fucking years, mate. One test, obviously, because I don't do 3-phase much. I ain't done phase rotation in ages, but it's not a test. I mean, You're not even actually measuring nothing. You're just checking, you know, sort of like the polarity of the phases, whether they connected up correctly and that. But yeah, that's one thing they had to do in a long time. And I'm trying to think. What was the last major problem I had? I had an issue actually in my house. The drum on the inside of the washing machine, I was getting electric shocks from it. But I had that on a job. And if that happens, it's usually there's a faulty socket that is plugged into. So that fixes the problem straight away. That'd be fucking dangerous, you know. Imagine the drum of the washing machine is giving you electric shocks, little sparks. How do you think they're going to do insulation resistance with the new wiring where the earth is sleeved? It's the same principle. You're just checking that there's no path between either of the conductors, and that. It's the same thing. I've seen a plumber permanently live the plug. What do I mean? But yeah, they're still gonna, the insulation resistance is gonna be exactly the same. This makes no sense. You're asking about how they're gonna do insulation resistance with the new wiring where the earth is sleeved and that. I know exactly what you're talking about. The new cables here, it's not a bare copper CPC. It's a it's already sleeved, just like the line and neutral conductor, yeah? It's the same as doing singles. It's the same thing. Yeah, the white cable, the low smoke cable, yeah? So do they do it in grey as well? Just the standard PVC, twin and earth? Or is it only white, low smoke? Yeah, some cable I haven't used in a while is FP cable, actually. Because I don't do no installation no more. I might just do a little bit in my house, but I don't, you cannot ask me, you cannot ask me to do no private work. You can piss off. I'm not doing no private work for nobody. Only my mum. Couple of times. Yeah, listen, when you're an electrician, your mum will use you, you know. My mum will phone me like, Jelani, when you're coming down next, bring your tools. Yeah, my mum's a bit of a cockney. Yeah, she's black, but she's English. Yeah, she's Jamaican, but she's English. She's from Enfield, so she talks a bit cockney. And she's like, Jelani, bring your tools when you come down. I know what that means. Yeah, I've actually got a black card. I lost it, but I've got a black card, so I need to just buy it back again. I don't know where I lost it, but yeah, I've got a black card still. And it's easy to get a black card as well. You just have, obviously, you need to have a gold card first, and just do your triple STS, and then you get a black card. Before, I think it might have been a little bit harder back in the day, and that, but black card's nothing. It's the same as a gold card. You just got the triple STS. You need the management course to get the black card. Right, I'm coming off in 14 minutes, yeah? I've still got paperwork to do. Right, got your AM2 coming up soon. Any tips? Try and work on your speed. Don't rush it, but try and work on your speed because the time runs out really fast when you're doing your AM2. Trust me, I almost ran out of time. Binge watch as much videos as possible when you're on TikTok and that. So don't even watch JY's TV no more. Forget about me. Yeah, it's done. It's over. Forget about me. Start binge watching AM2 preparation videos and whatnot. On TikTok, YouTube, maybe Instagram, whatever in it. Yeah, and then if you can go into college, and they might allow you to work on the practical rigs, you know, like in the bays and that. Now, fortunately, my college that I went to in Broxbourne, it was the AM2 test center, but they don't allow us to do the AM2 there because it's a bit biased than that. It's like your mum being one of the judges on your mum and your cousins and your family are your judges on your murder trial. You pitch someone, and the jury, yeah, is all your family, your mum and that. Well, I guess he's going free, innit? Yeah. So yeah, it's a bit biased than that. So I had to go down to Maidstone in Kent. But what I used to do, and funny enough, I was talking about this in a video I made just before I started this live, yeah? There was guys in my class that would cut off their nose to spite their own face. So on a Wednesday, for example, we could have, we were allowed to go home on Wednesday at 12 o'clock. So at lunchtime, you go home. But the tutor said to us a few times, yo, you can go for lunch, yeah? Come back. Why don't you go and work on the AM2 test rigs that we got? Because like I said, my college was a test center, but we wasn't allowed to do the test there. We had to go elsewhere. The other guy's like, nah, it's all right. Bearing in mind, at the time, yeah, like the AM2 had like a 70% first time fail rate, you know, not pass, you know. I didn't say pass, you know. I said fail rate. They cut off their nose to spite their own face. The guys said, no, it's all right. They were going to the pub, but they were going home. They were doing other things and that. Me, I stayed behind for 2 hours a few times and was practicing in that. What result did they get? They failed. What result did I get? I passed. I actually won an award for best attitude to learning. I was the only person that used to stay behind out of like 15 people. So they gave me an award, an apprentice award, best attitude to learning. I got it because obviously, you know, I was showing willingness and whatever and that. That's the sort of mentality you gotta have, man. So yeah, binge watch videos, more so on YouTube, but maybe TikTok as well. And at college, just try and, if you can, practice. Especially with the AM2. Look at the things, yeah, that you're unfamiliar with and make sure you can try and get some practice in or at least research. So if you've never wired up a boiler, yo, practice that shit. To be fair, it's very easy. You're just wiring by numbers. Terminal 1, terminal 2, right to terminal 15 or whatever. It might be S plan, it might be Y plan, I don't know. I've never done it in real life. I've never had to wire up a boiler in real life. Yeah, 10 minutes, yeah, I'm serious, 10 minutes. I never understood why people in my college would leave early when we exams or tests come up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, heating systems do your head in. Yeah, I mean, I've never had to do. I've never been in a position where I had to wire a boiler control center. Which is not good though, because I done my apprenticeship at Haringey Council, domestic. Yeah, throw me in a rewire. I'll rewire a house blindfolded. Yeah, I ain't done it in a long time, obviously, but you know, forget. But the problem is, we never used to wire up the boilers. They used to get subcontractors, Oakray, Purdy to come and do it. They should have got us to do it so that our apprentices can just go in there blindfolded and that. Oh, someone said, have you ever tried plastering? Not properly. I haven't tried to plaster a wall. I've had to patch a piece of a wall that I fucked up badly. But yeah, I haven't plastered a proper wall. But you would never know the damage I done to that wall, boy. Woo-wee! I fucked up this wall so badly, it looked like there was a fireplace there. Yeah, the hole was so big. God damn. Looked like it was a chimney breast of blood clot. Man said, bro, you seriously speak truth. Come on, man, speak English, guys, man. Bro, you seriously speak truth. When I studying to become Sparky years ago, little age mates. I mean, all right. I understand where you're coming from. I can't read it. I can't read it. But anyway, this is a little story I've told a few times. So basically, I had a family member who is an electrician, and I asked him if he can get me an apprenticeship at his company. Now, he was one of the managers, like a foreman for his company. Now, he had a nephew who is technically my cousin, but he's older than me. He's like 4 or 5 years older than me. His nephew was taken on as an apprentice, but he fucked around. He wasn't going to college, taking days off, calling in sick, bullshit like that. So they got rid of him. So years later, I've come along. Yo, cuz, can you get me an apprenticeship and that? And maybe it was genuine at the time, which I don't think is the fucking truth. But he said to me, nah, we're not taking no apprentices on. Probably because he had a bad experience with his nephew who ruined his reputation. Because think about it, if you're a foreman and your nephew comes on, especially with black people's mentality as well, oh, we got to look good in front of white people. Some dumb primitive mindset, bro. Why are you even thinking that we got to look good in front of white people? Why are you thinking about white people's opinion? Yeah. His nephew fucked it up and that. So he's thinking, no, my nephew's embarrassed me. My little cousin, which is me, yeah, his little cousin, which is me, he's thinking, I don't even know this youth like that. Yeah, I don't really know him like that. I don't know him like that. He's like, he probably thought, nah, fuck him. I don't know him like that. He's probably going to embarrass me even more. I'm not even going to turn up for the first day of work. So he told me, nah, there's no apprenticeships available. Cool. That was years ago. I'm talking about 011, 012, years ago. So boom, man's got an apprenticeship now after I come out of prison, qualified after 2.5 years, whatever. Boom. So let's say like in 014, yeah, I think that's when I done my inspection and testing, yeah. Done the inspection and testing. About 2 years after that, who phones me up for advice on the inspection and testing? Because this family member, he's qualified electrician. He knows how to do electrical testing, but he's not qualified. Remember, in this country, they don't give a fuck what you know. They want to know about them papers. Yeah, this is not Jamaica or Eastern Europe or Africa. You need to have qualifications in this country. They don't care what you know. So although he knew how to do inspection and testing and that, good electrician, he didn't know how to pass exams. So he phoned me up asking me for advice on how to pass the inspection and testing. I thought, pussy, motherfucker. You didn't want to give me an apprenticeship because I know deep down it was something to do with your nephew. He's a waste man. Yeah. I wouldn't want this fool phoning me. He's just a fool. The typical Jamaican fool. No disrespect to my Jamaican people. You didn't want to give me an apprenticeship because that damn fool ruined the reputation and that. And then years later, you're phoning me up. So this is when the apprentice becomes the Ross Clark master. So, Jay Wise, with 5K, what would you do right now? I mean, you can't really do nothing with 5K. Maybe you can buy a car and sell it on. Buy a car from auction and sell it on. Or buy some stuff and sell it on. You ain't buying no damn house on no 5 grand. Boy, unless you're in a fucking one Scottish island, all on your own, you might be able to buy a house for 5 grand. Is it easy to find? Oh, is it easy to get an electrical apprenticeship? Yeah, it's quite difficult on that. But send me an email. Email me at jystv. jystv@outlook.com, or leave a. Because let me see. One sec. If I put an email address in here, I think it gets blocked. You know. One sec. What I'm going to do is I'm going to check in the chat to see if it's come up, because I think it blocks email addresses and websites, even though I'm posting it. I think I need to approve my own message in the chat, which is fucking stupid, isn't it? Yeah, it's actually there. So yeah, jystv@outlook.com. Send me an email and then I'll send you some information. There's a video. Watch the entire video. It's not a fun, amazing video. And then I'll send you a list of agencies. And yeah, it will make sense why I'm going to send you a list of agencies. J-Wise, I want to be an electrician. Can you make a video, or if you made ones before? Well, I haven't really made no videos with me doing electrical stuff, but I've got a video about becoming an apprentice. So hopefully you just heard what I said. Email me at jystv@outlook.com, or go onto YouTube and type in JYSTV apprenticeships, and there's a picture thumbnail with me standing outside Broadwater Farm community centre. Well, near there's a sign saying Broadwater Farm. And obviously I was their apprentice and I had to go to Broadwater Farm every morning to go and sign in. Imagine your workplaces in Broadwater Farm. When I got the info for the job interview, I was like, what the fuck is this, bro? I had to carry something on me, you know, to go for the interview because I didn't have beef with people there, innit? But you know, if they try G-check me, I'm not gonna lie to them. I told them where I'm from. You know what I'm trying to say? And actually, no, there was one older there. I did move to him still back in the day. He was 30, I was 18 at the time. So yeah. And there's no running in the farm. There's no running. This is not on the highway where you could go down a couple back. There's no running. You're gonna get caught. I'm not gonna be able to outrun 10 man. So yeah, I'm coming on. Imagine bringing, I mean, you lot can believe me or not. You don't think I'm lying. I don't fucking lying about nothing. I wrote about it in my book. Imagine having to bring something from your kitchen, yeah, into a job interview. I don't even think this has been done. Maybe in America, someone's brought a chip, yeah, into a job interview in America. But man, I had to bring something long into the job interview in my little laptop bag. Because, and I caught a cab there. I weren't, yeah, that's the video. Yeah, ex-roadman advice. Do you know what? I'm going to change the name of the video because it's kind of misleading and I think people are finding difficulty with it. So yeah, I'm going to just change the name. JY's TV, How to Find an Apprenticeship. That's it. I'm going to do it after I come off this live stream. I'm coming off in 1 minute. In 1 minute. I'm coming off at 11 o'clock. Not playing around today. Yeah. So that's why you're like, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm the best man, yeah, to like just jump on social media and chat to man. Cause man's got experience everywhere. Yeah, on the roads, in the workplace, in prison. Yeah, I've done it all, properties and that. Yeah, man's a landlord. Yeah, how many men do you know online that's like man from the ends who's so diverse? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So I got a lot of knowledge in that. I could tell you about gal, how to run a relationship, how to have your girl submissive. I got my girl bro. It's a situation where, yeah, if I tell my girl to make me a cup of tea, blood, and she doesn't do it, she's out. She's gone. We've been together 5 years, something like that. The relationship over right then and there. I'm not having a woman tell me no. I'm not asking her some unreasonable request. I'm not going to wake up at 1 in the morning to make me a cup of tea. But if we're upstairs chilling, I don't, let's say 100 cups of tea have been made for myself. Yeah, I drank 100 cups of tea in a month. I will probably have made 3 of those myself. My girl has to do what I say when I say it. You know, fitness is fucked up dictatorship and that. But when someone breaks into the house in the middle of the night, it's me that's backing out something to go downstairs. Yeah. My girl don't pay no rent, nothing. She don't pay gas, she don't pay rent, she don't pay electric, she don't pay council tax, nothing. She just buys the food. That's it. So if I want a fucking cup of tea, you better make me a fucking cup of tea. Yeah? I'm not saying she has to jump up and fly through the door, but at some point within the next few minutes, you need to be getting up. Obviously, if she's in the middle of a work call or doing something, I'm not an asshole. Yeah, not that much. Yeah, but she's got to listen to what I fucking say. Or the relationship. So I'm not gonna tolerate a woman telling me no, because if she tells you no to making a cup of tea, then when you do ask her to do something more serious than that, then she's gonna start telling you no. There's no no. You can't tell me no. You tell me no on the way out. Yeah, I said this to my girl so many times. Yeah, I'll say to her, "Yo, I want you to make me a cup of tea." Yeah, and she might be like, "Oh, whatever in it." Yeah, I'm like, "Listen, you are gonna get up and walk through that door. Whether you come back through this house or not, I don't know. But you're going through that door. So you're either gonna go through that door and make me a cup of tea, or you're going through that door and you're gonna leave this house. But you're going through that door regardless. Whether you come back, I don't know. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Man say I'm too funny. I'm being dead serious. You don't know. I don't know if my girl's watching this live stream. I think she's asleep. But I can talk like this because I have the power. So yeah, just like that. 5 years out the window. Nah, my hair's looking mad, man. My hair's looking mad. It's looking mad. It's looking mad still. I'm growing my hair. I'm growing my hair. You can all see it. Look, look, look. It's all thick at the back to a blood clot. The trim's looking mad. I'm growing my hair, mate. How much are my trims? £20. £20. Do you pay? Oh my god, I ran over 11 o'clock. Right, I'm coming off in 2 minutes. Nah, I don't pay into pension. The last thing I'm going to say before I get off the live stream, the reason why I'm not paying into a pension is because I've got a healthy body and a healthy brain. So therefore, if I am not successful, if I'm not a millionaire or close to, then you know what? I deserve to suffer. I don't need no fucking state pension. There's nothing wrong with me. Got a healthy brain, healthy body. So if I haven't made a success of myself where I can bring in a certain amount of income to where I'm comfortable, and the state pension, which is like £800 or £1,000 a month, means nothing, then I deserve to suffer. So I'm not opting into no pension. Yeah, I know, Emmanuel. It's 11:03. But black man's time, innit? You get me? No, I don't. I don't get my hair cut by no one in Northampton. I still go to Tottenham to get my hair cut. Big up man like John Barber. Yeah, that's my barber. Go to the Barclays. So there's a Barclays in Tottenham on the Tottenham Edmonton border. My barber's in there. Big up man like John Barber and that. No, I don't get my hair cut in Northampton. I go to Tottenham to get my hair cut. I don't like random man touching my head. Well, you trying to say what? Is the fan loud? Yeah, because it's hot in here. I used to go uni in Northampton. I swear I've seen you before. You probably do. You probably have. Anyway, the live stream is done. Yeah. See you next time. I say, why do people come on the lives and hate? Hey, hate comes from below and never above, rude boy. Yeah, that's the realest truth. You think Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk has got time to come in a Ross Clark, JY's TV, live stream chatting shit? No. Anyway, man, stay wise. Ton. Why is it not live?